Who has priority at a crossroads where there are no signs or road markings? A. No one. B. The vehicle traveling the fastest. C. Oncoming vehicles turning right. D. Vehicles approaching from the right. The correct answer is A. No one. You're driving behind a large vehicle. What will happen if you're too close to it? A. Your vehicle's brakes will overheat. B. Your view ahead will be increased. C. Your vehicle's engine will overheat. D. Your view ahead will be reduced. The correct answer is D. Your view ahead will be reduced. You're driving on a windy day. When do you need to take account of the weather conditions? A. When you're using the brakes. B. When you're making a hill start. C. When you're turning into a narrow road. D. When you're passing cyclists. The correct answer is D. When you're passing cyclists. You're driving on a motorway. What should you do if you start to feel tired? A. Stop on the hard shoulder. B. Leave by the next exit. C. Slow down until the feeling has passed. D. Keep going and move your arms and legs to help your circulation. The correct answer is B. Leave by the next exit. You keep well back while waiting to overtake a large vehicle. What should you do if another car fills the gap? A. Sound your horn. B. Drop further back. C. Flash your headlights. D. Start to overtake. The correct answer is B. Drop further back. What should you do if a driver does something that upsets you? A. Try not to react. B. Let them know how you feel. C. Flash your headlights several times. D. Sound your horn. The correct answer is A. Try not to react. What should you do when you're driving on a motorway? A. Use the lane that has the least traffic. B. Use the left-hand lane unless you're overtaking. C. Overtake using the lane that has the least traffic. D. Keep above 50 miles per hour to prevent congestion. The correct answer is B. Use the left-hand lane unless you're overtaking. When should you use hazard warning lights? A. When you stop on double yellow lines. B. When your vehicle is stationary and temporarily obstructing traffic. C. When you park your vehicle on the pavement. D. When you park in a restricted area. The correct answer is B. When your vehicle is stationary and temporarily obstructing traffic. You're driving along a 3-lane motorway. When may you overtake on the left? A. If you're within 1 mile of your exit. B. If the driver ahead is hogging the right-hand lane. C. If you're driving in a slow-moving traffic. D. If you're in stationary traffic but the hard shoulder is clear. The correct answer is C. If you're driving in a slow-moving traffic. You're turning right across a dual carriageway from a side road. What should you do if the gap in the central reservation isn't wide enough to contain your vehicle? A. Turn left onto the dual carriageway and turn around at the next roundabout. B. Wait in the side road until you can turn across the dual carriageway in one movement. C. Wait in the central reservation and complete the turn when it's safe. D. Turn left onto the dual carriageway and perform a U-turn at the next gap in the central reservation. The correct answer is B. Wait in the side road until you can turn across the dual carriageway in one movement. Where should you position the car when you're driving in traffic lanes? A. Well to the left of the lane. B. Well to the right of the lane. C. In the center of the lane. D. Anywhere within the lane. The correct answer is C. In the center of the lane. You're driving at night. When would you dip your headlights earlier than normal? A. When you're approaching a left-hand bend. B. When you're approaching a bend on a downhill slope. C. When you're approaching a right-hand bend. D. When you're driving uphill. The correct answer is A. When you're approaching a left-hand bend. Which lane should you use when you're going ahead at a roundabout that has 2 lanes on the approach and no lane direction arrows? A. The left-hand lane if it's clear and keep to that lane on the roundabout. B. The left-hand lane and use the right-hand lane on the roundabout. C. The right-hand lane and change to the left-hand lane on the roundabout. D. The right-hand lane and stay in that lane. The correct answer is A. The left-hand lane if it's clear and keep to that lane on the roundabout. You're driving on a clear night, on a road where the national speed limit applies. Which light should you use if there's a steady stream of oncoming traffic? A. Full beam headlights. B. Side lights. C. Dipped headlights. D. Fog lights. The correct answer is C. Dipped headlights. You're waiting in a traffic queue at night. What should you do to avoid dazzling drivers behind? A. Apply the parking brake only. B. Apply the foot brake only. C. Switch off your headlights. D. Use both the parking brake and foot brake. The correct answer is A. Apply the parking brake only. What should you do when you're trying to move off on a snow-covered road? A. Use the lowest gear you can. B. Use the highest gear you can. C. Use a high engine speed. D. Use the handbrake and foot brake together. The correct answer is B. Use the highest gear you can. You're driving on a foggy night. Why should you switch off your rear fog lights as the fog clears? A. To avoid being distracted by the instrument warning light. B. To make the bulbs last longer. C. To improve your view of the road ahead. D. To avoid dazzling drivers behind. The correct answer is D. To avoid dazzling drivers behind. What should you do if you've just been overtaken by a motorcyclist who cuts back in front of you? A. Sound the horn. B. Maintain your speed. C. Open up a safe gap. D. Flash your headlights. The correct answer is C. Open up a safe gap. Where is it too dangerous to use a breakdown warning triangle? A. On a dual carriageway. B. On a single-track road. C. On a motorway. D. On a one-way street. The correct answer is C. On a motorway. When should you hold back and not attempt to overtake a cyclist? A. Just before turning left. B. Just after changing gear. C. On a one-way street. D. On a dual carriageway. The correct answer is A. Just before turning left. You arrive at an incident where someone is suffering from severe burns. How could you help? A. Burst any blisters. B. Pour cool liquid over the bums. C. Apply lotions to the injury. D. Remove anything sticking to the bums. The correct answer is B. Pour cool liquid over the bums. You arrive at the scene of a crash. The scene has been made safe and there's a casualty in a vehicle. What should you do if the casualty is conscious and breathing? A. Leave the casualty in the vehicle in case they are seriously injured. B. Remove the casualty and place them in the recovery position. C. Get the casualty out of the vehicle and off the road. D. Keep the casualty warm and give them a warm drink. The correct answer is A. Leave the casualty in the vehicle in case they are seriously injured. You've stopped in an emergency area. What must you do before you rejoin the carriageway? A. Use the emergency telephone. B. Give an arm signal to show you are moving off. C. Switch on your vehicle's headlights. D. Move away with your hazard lights on. The correct answer is A. Use the emergency telephone. There are no speed limit signs on the road. What would suggest a 30 miles per hour speed limit? A. Hazard warning lines. B. Double or single yellow lines. C. Pedestrian islands. D. Street lighting. The correct answer is D. Street lighting. What shape is a stopped sign at a junction? A. Circular. B. Triangular. C. Rectangular. D. Octagonal. The correct answer is D. Octagonal. When should regular tire pressure checks be made? A. After any length journey. B. After traveling at high speed. C. When tires are hot. D. When tires are cold. The correct answer is D. When tires are cold. What will happen if the power-assisted steering system fails? A. The steering mechanism will lock. B. The steering will become hard to turn. C. The tires will wear more. D. The steering will become very loose. The correct answer is B. The steering will become hard to turn. What would a sponge feeling foot brake indicate? A. Brake fluid on the linings or brake pads. B. Badly adjusted brakes. C. Air in the braking system. D. Worn brake pads. The correct answer is C. Air in the braking system. You're driving on a motorway. What should you do if there's a red cross with flashing red lights on the gantry above your lane? A. Move to another lane and stop. B. Leave the motonne at the next exit. C. Don't go beyond the signal in that lane. D. Slow down to 50 miles per hour. The correct answer is C. Don't go beyond the signal in that lane. How does a puffing crossing operate? A. A sensor holds the lights on amber for traffic while pedestrians are still crossing. B. A sensor holds the lights on red for traffic while pedestrians are still crossing. C. A sensor holds the lights on flashing amber for traffic while pedestrians are still crossing. D. A sensor holds the lights on green for traffic while pedestrians are still crossing. The correct answer is B. A sensor holds the lights on red for traffic while pedestrians are still crossing. Your vehicle is fitted with anti-lock brakes. How should you use your brakes to stop quickly in an emergency? A. Brake fan, pump the brake pedal on and off. B. Brake rapidly and F without releasing the brake pedal. C. Brake gently and pump the brake pedal on and off. D. Brake rapidly once and immediately release the brake pedal. The correct answer is B. Brake rapidly and F without releasing the brake pedal. You're driving towards a zebra crossing. What should you do if pedestrians are waiting to cross? A. Give way to the elderly and infantry. B. Slow down and prepare to stop. C. Use your headlights to indicate they can cross. D. Wave at them to cross the road. The correct answer is B. Slow down and prepare to stop. When are you advised to increase your tire pressures so that they're higher than normal? A. When you'll be the fuel tank. B. When you'll be driving on very rough roads. C. When you'll be driving in cold or wet weather. D. When you'll be driving at high speeds over long distances. The correct answer is D. When you'll be driving at high speeds over long distances. Your pupil is driving in a stream of traffic. You see this sign ahead. What advice should you give to your pupil? A. Keep well back from the vehicle in front. B. Slow down at once by braking sharply. C. Look out for water on the roads. D. Slow down and try your brakes. The correct answer is A. Keep well back from the vehicle in front. Why should you tell your pupil to obey the speed limit shown on this sign? A. To reduce the amount of chippings thrown up by the tires. B. To prevent other drivers from driving too fast over the chippings. C. To prevent damage to the new road surface. D. To comply with the law. The correct answer is A. To reduce the amount of chippings thrown up by the tires. You're driving in the left-hand lane of a 3-lane dual carriageway. As you approach a junction, you see this sign on a gantry. What should you do if you wish to go straight ahead? A. Continue in the left-hand lane as all 3 lanes carry on through the junction. B. Move across to the middle lane as the left-hand lane leaves at the junction. C. Move across to the right-hand lane as this is the only one that goes ahead at the junction. D. Straddle both the left-hand and middle lanes as you're not sure which lane to use. The correct answer is A. Continue in the left-hand lane as all 3 lanes carry on through the junction. What's the purpose of yellow crisscross lines at a junction? A. To make you more aware of the traffic lights. B. To guide you into position as you turn. C. To prevent the junction from becoming blocked. D. To show you where to stop when the lights change. The correct answer is C. To prevent the junction from becoming blocked. What type of injury can be prevented by a correctly adjusted head restraint? A. Knee injury. B. Wrist injury. C. Facial injury. D. Whiplash injury. The correct answer is D. Whiplash injury. What's the most likely cause when the brake pedal feels spongy? A. Incorrectly adjusted pedal linkages. B. Worn brake pads. C. Air in the hydraulic system. D. Worn discs. The correct answer is. For how long does a driving test pass certificate remain valid? A. 1 year. B. 2 years. C. 3 years. D. 10 years. The correct answer is B. 2 years. You're driving at night. When can you park on the right-hand side of the road? A. When you're in a one-way street. B. When you're in a built-up area and at least 2 meters, 32 feet, from a junction. C. When the road has street lighting. D. When you're in a two-way street. The correct answer is A. When you're in a one-way street. What type of car may a totally deaf person drive? A. Any type of car. B. Only a light motor car. C. Any car with extra rear-view mirrors. D. Only a car that's been suitably adapted for them. The correct answer is A. Any type of car. Who can supervise a learner car driver? A. Someone who is 18 or over and who has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 1 year. B. Someone who is 20 or over and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 3 years. C. Someone who is 21 or over and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 3 years. D. Someone who is 21 or over and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 1 year. The correct answer is C. Someone who is 21 or over and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 3 years. What would make a car tire illegal? A. When it's second-hand. B. When there's a large, deep cut in the side wall. C. When it's used with a tire of a different make on the same axle. D. When it's used with a tire of a different tread pattern on the same axle. The correct answer is B. When there's a large, deep cut in the side wall. Your vehicle is fitted with a hands-free phone system. What's likely to happen if you use this equipment while you're driving? A. Your driving will be unaffected. B. Your attention will be distracted away from driving. C. You'll have trouble hearing the phone conversation. D. You'll notice an improvement in your hazard perception. The correct answer is B. Your attention will be distracted away from driving. When must you show your motor insurance certificate? A. When you're taking your driving test. B. When you've bought or sold a vehicle. C. When your vehicle is having an MOT inspection. D. When you've been involved in an incident. The correct answer is D. When you've been involved in an incident. What's the minimum distance from which an approved driving instructor, ADI, must be able to read a current style, since 2001, number plate? A. 20.5 meters, 67 feet. B. 26.5 meters, 87 feet. D. 30.5 meters, 100 feet. C. 36.0 meters, 120 feet. The correct answer is B. 26.5 meters, 87 feet. How much verbal instruction is needed to help a pupil attain a good standard of driving? A. A constant amount throughout, regardless of competence. B. More as the test date approaches. C. Just enough to ensure they understand what's required. D. None once they reach test standard. The correct answer is C. Just enough to ensure they understand what's required. What should you do if a pupil drives the rear wheels over the curb when they turn left? A. Tell them that this fault can be avoided by swinging out to the right. B. Ask them to explain why they think this happened. C. Explain that the rear wheels cut in when turning left. D. Demonstrate how this was caused by turning the steering wheel too late. The correct answer is B. Ask them to explain why they think this happened. What should you do if a pupil you're instructing fails to make the progress you were expecting? A. Be patient and continue the well-tried methods that are working with other pupils. B. Go on to more advanced driving situations to speed up the learning process. C. Ask the pupil if there's a particular problem that's holding them back. D. Continue to repeat the same exercise until the pupil gets it right. The correct answer is C. Ask the pupil if there's a particular problem that's holding them back.